Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is the highly requested breastfeeding / nursing outfits video, but autumn winter edition. You may remember that I did one for summer, uploaded in October. Oops, but this one, we are in the dead of winter, and so hopefully is still useful to some people or useful to those in the southern hemisphere, your winter coming up, or just save this for later, for next year if you happen to be breastfeeding next winter. I am now 9 months into my breastfeeding journey with my little baby, who's not little, he's huge. And breastfeeding in the winter, in the cold months, is a whole different ball game than in the summer. And I definitely had a slight panic as the seasons were changing in terms of, oh my goodness, what on earth am I going to wear to be able to feed him easily and also stay warm? Those are really the two criteria. But I feel like I've got my breastfeeding winter wardrobe down now. And I will say, unfortunately, I don't love it as much as my summer wardrobe, but there was definitely just like a lot more I could do in the summer, being a lot more playful with my clothes. The colder months have definitely restricted me a lot in terms of what is possible. I also didn't want to buy loads and loads of new clothes. If you watched the summer breastfeeding outfits video, you'll know that I did buy a lot of new clothes, but that was like postpartum breastfeeding summer. Like that was kind of like the biggest change because I'd just had the baby. Whereas now it was just like, okay, I just need to get a few more items to make this winter appropriate. But other than that, I'm actually kind of using most of my existing wardrobe. With all that being said, let me show you some of the clothes, starting with the things that I did buy, those little additions that were necessary to complete my winter wardrobe and make it breastfeeding efficient. So the first thing that I got was some nursing vest tops, and please excuse the like really gross armpit deodorant stains on these. I literally pulled this out of the washing basket this morning. Lovely! So I have this black one and I'm also wearing a white one. It was just a double set I got from M&S. It's a vest top. It clips, and then your boob can come out. So now whenever I feed Rowan, there's two clips that need to happen. We've got the vest and the bra. It's all a bit intense, but usually by the time the evening rolls around, the bra comes off and we just live in this, because it also has like a crop top layer underneath. Did anyone wear them as like a teenager, or maybe as an adult if you have got smaller boobs than me? Tops that have like built-in bras. They're not usually things that I can get away with these days, but I enjoy just lounging around at home with this and no bra on. So the reason why these are completely necessary, like I wear one of these every single day, is because I need something to keep me warm. So the vest is always tucked into whatever I've got on the bottom, jeans, skirt, whatever it is. And then whatever else I'm wearing, that is what gets pulled up out of the way to get me boob out. But this is always covering my belly, so my belly and my stomach and everything is always warm. I would not be able to comfortably breastfeed in these months without these vest tops. Definitely worth it, and yeah, that's proper rank. That needs to get washed. Next up is my gorgeous Jaja Mama Bebe. That's always how I have to say that brand's name. This was an impulse buy. We were in one of their shops getting something for Rowan with my grandma, and I saw this and I was like, I must have. So I've got my like summer breastfeeding nursing dress from them, and then this is my autumn winter one. I mean, look at these colors. They are my colors. Although actually, speaking of my colors, there's gonna be a whole video about that. You will see. Watch this space. But as you can see, there is a slit in the dress, there we go, hello, where you can keep the dress on and the boob can come out for feeding. I love this. I feel like having the dress in the summer edition and having a similar like nice dress in the winter edition means that if there's, you know, a party or a thing that I want to go to and I want to like look like I made an effort, but Rowan is also coming with, and so I need to be able to feed him, it's nice to have an option for that. And then the only other breastfeeding specific thing that I acquired was actually #gifted, because I posted on Instagram for your advice about breastfeeding clothes in winter, and Juno Jacks was a brand that a few people mentioned and had had tagged them, and then they were like, oh, hey, we saw that people tagged us in your post. Would you like us to send you anything? And I was like, oh, hell yes, because I'd already had a look on their website and found a jumper that I wanted and added it to my like Christmas gift list that I was going to send to my parents to be like, can you please get me this? But in the end, they sent it to me. However, there's a downside to this. But first, oh my goodness. So it's a jumper. It's this beautiful like autumnal red colour, and then it's got this booby embroidery on it, and you can pick your colour and pick the colour of the thread that you want the boobs to be in. And the breastfeeding element of it is that, do you see that? It's a massive zip, and it zips on both sides, so you can like unzip the whole thing, or you can just unzip one half for one boob. Excellent. I'm obsessed with this jumper. The sad thing is I got oil on it when I was cooking, and now it's just got like an oil stain on it. So I haven't worn it since I got the oil stain on it. I'm really sad, and I'm like, I want to get a new one. But then that seems really wasteful, because who would I give this to? Because it's like, if I don't think it's good enough to wear, then that's kind of rude to be like, here, you have it. Oh, I don't know. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe I can get away with it. I'm honestly gutted. Careful with your oil when you're cooking, people. Although this was very protective. I didn't get hurt at all by the hot oil. So also a winner on that front. Very thick, very warm. You can hardly tell. What do you think, Mia?
You could dye it.
What? But I love this colour. But how? I don't know anything about saving clothes. I should ask my friend Lena. She would know. She would know what to do. So speaking of some of your suggestions on that Instagram post from a while ago, one of the things that loads of people said is a must-have in a winter nursing wardrobe is cardigans. Now, if you watched my Stitch Fix video, you will know that I bought a cardigan from them, and this for sure has just been like a game changer, even if I wasn't breastfeeding. Like, now that I have this cardigan, I want this cardigan in green. I want it in blue. I want it in rust. I want it in that same red that that jumper is in. I want this cardigan in every colour that I like. But I have been restraining myself. I haven't looked up the brand, but now I'm tempted to see what other colours they have, if they do. Anyway, it's fine. But this has just been amazing, because essentially it is a lovely, lovely warm layer, but then you're not having to like lift it up or out of the way to feed. The only downside of this with Rowan is he is obsessed with these buttons. As soon as he sees these buttons, he is a man on a mission, and he just kind of like beelines for them. And I often end up having to take this off so that he doesn't get distracted by the buttons. But other than that, excellent, love it. Speaking of Stitch Fix, I also wanted to shout out one of the other items that I got in my fix, not spawn, I bought all of this stuff, which is this shirt. And I also have another shirt in my wardrobe, and basically anything that buttons up, in theory, is good. Like, I can still breastfeed in them. They are great. They have definitely still been a staple part of my breastfeeding wardrobe, and I just wear like one of those vests underneath, and so unpop the buttons, pop, 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 boob. The only thing is that when you're feeding in a button-up shirt, and especially when you've got boobs my size, the whole boob is out, because you've got nothing. Like, if I lifted up this top, this jumper, you'd still have like all of the jumper just like scrunched up here, covering the top of my chest. When you're feeding in a button-up shirt, the whole boob is out. So I don't mind doing that at home, but when you're out and about, it cold, and also I feel weird about it. I know that I shouldn't, because it's breastfeeding and that's natural, and it's like feeding my baby, but also like my whole tit is out. Like the whole tit. Like, I don't mind breastfeeding in public. I'm all about it, do it all of the time. But when it's the whole boob, it just feels a bit different for me. Definitely have still worn a lot.
Wouldn't you ever do it from the bottom?
Guys, Mia is blowing my mind this video. If you didn't hear that, she just suggested like unbuttoning it from the bottom. Oh dear. Well, there's still a bit of winter left, so we'll enjoy doing that. So even though my summer and winter wardrobes are quite different, there is one thing that is very much connecting them, and is very much also connected to usefulness for nursing. And that is crop tops. And you might be thinking, Hannah, you're insane. Why are you wearing crop tops in winter? Well, I'll tell you, they're still very useful. And if you've got a vest on underneath that is covering you up and keeping you nice and warm, you're good to go. But these are some clothes that I already owned. Now, these tops aren't exactly crop tops, but they're short tops. So I have this like black long sleeved one and then this like blue and white stripy one, and they're kind of cropped. They're basically long enough to cover my body, but not long enough to tuck into whatever it is I'm wearing on my bottoms. Now, normally, if I wasn't breastfeeding, I would be tucking everything in. Like I wear high-waisted jeans and skirts, and everything then just gets tucked in, and that is my vibe. I have not been able to tuck things in. I've not been able to fully complete the high-waisted look because trying to untuck everything and then get it up, it's just annoying, and then you have to retuck everything. But these have been great because they're too short to tuck in. So even if I wanted to, I can't. But the not being able to wear some of my longer tops tucked into high-waisted bottoms has definitely restricted me a lot, and is one of the reasons why I'm less happy with my winter breastfeeding wardrobe, because it just feels like there's so many things, especially skirts, that I just can't wear because the only tops that work with them and my body shape would require me to tuck in the top. Can't wait for spring, summer again so I can like bust out all of my skirts and high-waisted things and all of the crop tops and not be cold. That'll be great. Also, have some cropped jumpers. So these have been very useful. This is my Lucy and Yak fleece that is like a cropped kind of style. And so this has just been like super handy because it just keeps me nice and warm and there's less excess material to pull up. And likewise with this jumper that is part of a two-piece that I got when I was pregnant. It's got like some bottoms with it as well. And it's from this brand called Cocozy, and it's handmade by the woman who designed and handmade my wedding dress. I went to her studio when I was pregnant and she had this whole new brand and like loungewear items there, and I was like, I must have. But it's super soft and it's a cropped style, so it works really well. Because, for instance, like I will very happily like wear this. I've got the vest underneath, and then I also have a thermal long sleeved top, which I haven't tried to feed Rowan in yet, but it feels quite stretchy, so hopefully I'll be able to lift it up. But I don't mind wearing jumpers like this to feed in, but oftentimes I then like sit on the back of it and then I'm having to like yank it out from under my bum and then pull the whole thing up. So it is nice to have some cropped jumper options. Of course, once again, here is a little outfits, fashion, music montage. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this autumn-winter edition of some of my breastfeeding outfits. Let me know how you have fared and what clothes that you have worn for nursing in these cold, cold months. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be breastfeeding for. I hope until he is at least a year old, and then just gonna see what happens and go from there. I've got no intentions of stopping anytime soon, but one thing that I am really, really looking forward to when I do stop is accessing so many more clothes that are in my wardrobe that are currently just like packed away in vacuum sealed bags. I cannot wait to get my hands on them again. I'm just thinking of all of my beautiful like summer dresses. I would love to be able to wear them this summer, but also if I'm still breastfeeding, that's absolutely fine. I hope that you are doing well, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.